Alright, what's going on, guys? It's GSR here. So, I wanted to talk to you guys today about why I think Leatherface has the worst command throw in the entire game. So, there's 4 different reasons why I say this. So, if we go to the command grab right now, before I talk about those 4 reasons, the startup time is good, the active frames is good, the range of the move is not bad, it's fair. The recovery frames is good as well, right? Now, the meter burn version gives him 20%. He gets like 1 or 2 hits of armor, so this is a really good armored type move for Leatherface, right? Same active frames, you know. The only difference is the damage and the hit advantage, right? So I don't have a problem with the hit advantage. I don't have a problem with the damage. When he meter burns this move, it leaves you really close to him because he excels in close range engagements, and his goal is to get you to the corner so he can just keep whooping that ass, basically, right? So this is pretty good, right? The meter burn version is pretty good. That's basically what I'm saying. Now here's the 4 reasons why I think Leatherface's command grab is the worst in the game. Number 1, the damage. Number 2, the hit advantage. Number 3, the positional advantage. And number 4, okay, is one of the biggest ones of them all. He cannot tech throw you off of anything except for a down 4 and certain matchups. So what I'm going to do here is that Kano is blocking. So he's going to block the low, and as you can clearly see, that's what happens. When Kano is crouch guarding, right? That's what happens. Now, what if I told you there might be a couple or possibly a few characters that's completely immune to Leatherface's command grab, right? When he goes for this tick throw situation. One of the characters is Raiden, right? So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Now, it doesn't matter if you're wearing certain costumes with Raiden, doesn't matter which stage you're on, doesn't matter if Raiden is stand blocking, if he's crouch blocking, it just does not fucking matter, right? So, check this out, right? See what I'm saying? So now, what we're going to do is we're going to have him crouch block. And if I was to do this to him in the corner, it still wouldn't mean anything at all. It's just a waste of time. And then there are certain characters in the game, or a decent amount of characters in the game, right, that can take it upon themselves, right, to basically deny your ability to do this. Now, keep in mind, his down 4 has fantastic active range. It's incredibly active. Has good range, but the startup time is a little too slow. The block advantage is really unsafe. The hit advantage is only 6 frames, which is bullshit. The recovery is only like 21 frames, so it's not like the longest recovery, but it's long enough to where characters with really good range, like Johnny Cage is advancing 4-3, I think it is. You know, other characters with advancing normals or special moves, they could potentially, you know, do something about this. Like, they can punish that, right? So we look at the down 4, right? As you can clearly see, this is what I'm talking about, right? So the range, so this is a decent counter poke, like to a certain degree to kind of control space a little bit, but it's like because it's like pretty active, so it has really good range, and you can kind of use this with his back 2 that has a lot of range on it, and his killer variation. I think even in his pretty lady variation he has access to that as well. But I'm gonna get back to the point. So if Liu Kang is crouch blocking, he completely avoids it as if it doesn't exist. However, this is the weird part. That can happen. So you kind of see like what I'm talking about, right? And I'm trying to make this known because I want people to understand that, you know, Leatherface has questionable shit in a lot of different matchups. And you know, I never really understood why they never buffed up the character. It just never made any sense to me. You know, it's kind of crazy. But it is what it is. But I'm gonna go back to 2 different characters before I do what I'm about to do here, right? So we're gonna go with Kano. Kano has 3 really good variations, and they're really fun and really cool. 3 different play styles, which is dope. I like the cybernetic one. That's my favorite one with Kano. I like the commando in second, and then the other one in third. But we're just gonna go with, like, I guess these 2 characters, because there's other characters with command grabs. Actually, no, we're gonna go with Sub-Zero. Actually, holy shit, I just fucking burped. The fucking milkshake, man, with the fruit in it. Holy shit. Anyway, my bad. I apologize for that. But anyway, so here's the issue, right? You have characters like this where they have all 4 of these things that I just mentioned to you guys, such as the positional advantage, the hit advantage, the damage, right? You understand what I'm saying? The ability to tech throw you multiple fucking times off of a lot of different shit. Kano has access, right, to 2 different variations of throws, right? He has the back throw, 17%, and that's meterless, plus positional advantage. He can either dash up and apply pressure, or he can backdash and do shit like this to you, right? Now, let's look at the hit advantage real quick, right? The rib strike, which is the forward throw, right? So actually, let me show you that real quick. Pretty much same distance, same outcome to a certain degree, right? Hit advantage is 10 frames. When he meter burns it, 19 frames, right? The damage is the only thing that changes on this. Everything else stays the same, as you can clearly see, right? The power slam, which is basically this reverse type command grab, which he can switch sides with you, which is actually really strong, I think. He gets 17%. His hit advantage is pretty good. And then on top of that, his hit advantage increases, and his damage definitely increases by, like, what, 18, 19, 20, like 3%, right? You understand what I'm saying? So he has 2 really strong command grabs, right? But then when he's poking at you and shit, right, he can put you into like this little mix-up, right, with his Kano ball and shit, right? Like he can really be like, "Want me you on your bitch ass," right? So like he can command grab you with both of these off of damn near any normal that he has access to, right? And this normal especially, right, because it leads into his back 1-3 1+3 string, which will obviously launch you into the air. And then on top of that, he's being complemented with this choke grab, right, which is not a command grab, but it's a combo ender. Gives him really nice hit advantage, and he's -4 on block, right? So he gets really good damage. He gets a higher hit advantage, as you can clearly see, and it's complementing the command grabs. Now I'm going to show you real quick why that is, right? So if you were to attempt to like neutral crouch, right, and I went for a command grab, the command grabs that Kano has access to act as like mids, right? So you can't really neutral duck it. You could possibly armor it or backdash or jump, right? From what I remember in this game, right? Because I haven't played this game in such a long time, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct about that. So, like, if he goes for a poke and he tries to do this, then he's going to get punished. However, how do you punish a nigga that's putting you in an automatic mix-up just off of a simple poke or a simple combo string and normal? Like, so you're basically stuck into so many different, like, options that the character has access to, right? So it's kind of mind-boggling, right? So it's really fucking crazy to see how like a character can literally like have this many options, including a low parry and a high parry. It's just kind of like what the hell is this? Like, and he's -4. Now, granted, the move is a high, but if you neutral crouch anticipating that he's going to go for this command grab, you will get hit with the command grab, or he'll just hit you with a Kano ball and call it a day. But if you do try to jump, right, you get fucking strangled. So it's like the options is what I'm basically talking about. Like he has so many different applications that he can apply. Like, I'm not even gonna go all day talking about that because I want to get back to Leatherface, right? But let's look at Sub-Zero, right? 13%. Now that's a 3% difference compared to like Leatherface's command grab. But he gets a hit advantage of 33 frames plus positional advantage, because if you're low on health, he can just back up, throw a little ice ball at you and shit, depending on the matchup, or he'll just apply pressure and potentially go for a meaty because he has enough frames to where he can move and still perform those type of actions. So if we look at his Frost Hammer, his hit advantage is 33 fucking frames, like I said. You know what I mean? So it's mad interesting, right? And then off of a meterless launcher, which is his forward 1-2-2, right? this character is able to either makes you like this, or you're going to get launched. Either way, you're going to get launched. Off of one of these, you're getting launched. Like, and then you're going to get put into whatever combo that the player decides to do. Whatever the most optimal combo there is. And he can do this damn near off of any normal that he has access to. So Sub-Zero is really dangerous in this variation, right? I would have to say this is my favorite variation by him. I don't like Grandmaster. There's a lot of people that don't like Grandmaster because I think it's cheap. There's a lot of variations in this game that's cheap, but Grandmaster is one of the most annoying ones out of a lot of variations in this game. Followed up by Pyromancer Tanya. But anyway... And speaking of that, Leatherface doesn't really have good neutral in the Butcher variation. Hell, even in his other variations, I don't think his neutral is that good, right? Especially if you have experience with this character like I did way back in the past, you'll understand where I'm coming from, right? Even Jax, in his wrestler variation, he has access to a command grab that will give him, like, you could slam him one time, press the standing 2 button, which is the triangle button for people who don't know what that means, and then he can flip you on the other side, and his shit side switches you, right? But then he gets like 14% off of that, and it complements his 1-2-3, his 1-2 down 3, which is a fake out, and then, you know, the 1-2-3, the 1-2 down 3, which is like a delay, but it's a fake out. He can cancel that into the command grab, right? Which is going to annoy you, and then on top of that, he has a 5-frame overhead, right? That will launch you. But most of his damage comes from mid-screen. But I mean, he can get you to the corner. Don't get it twisted. Right? So it's mad interesting how, like, all of these fucking characters, right, have access to, like, really good, like combo strings, safe, like, they're safe on certain shit. They get really good mix-up options, faster startup time on certain overheads and lows. They're possibly safer on it than Leatherface. Like, they got better mids than Leatherface. All kinds of shit, right? And then for some weird reason, the developers thought to themselves, you know, he struggles in the neutral, but what we're going to do here is that, you know, we're just not going to allow his command grab to meet any of these 4 traits. It's just kind of like, what was the vision here? Because, you know, people say Leatherface is annoying, but do you really know this character like that? I mean, for Christ's sake, he has multiple combo enders that don't really complement him. I can understand him having something like this, but this should be in his Pretty Lady variation. You want to know why? Check this out. He knocks you far away from him. This is a really good special move for the Pretty Lady variation to complement his zoning, even though I'm not a fan of zoning. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a fan of that shit, right? But I can understand having something like this where it's quick, you know, it's effective, you know what I mean? And I can understand him having this because it complements his 50-50s, and then obviously, you know, the classic little back forward 3, little low grinder, or whatever the hell you want to call it. It's understandable, right? And then the command grab should have those 4 traits. Now, let's look at Leatherface's command grab, right? It gives him a hit advantage of 5 frames, right? Which I'm going to go to right now. It gives this nigga a hit advantage of 5 frames, which doesn't make any fucking sense, right? Because look at the distance. The damage is a problem. The hit advantage is a problem. Okay? And then on top of that, there's 3 errors here, right? If you guys don't understand what I'm talking about, which is the 4 things I was just talking about, such as positional advantage, hit advantage, damage, and you know, being able to tick throw the opponent off of a decent amount of normals, right? Not a whole bunch of normals, but a decent amount, which can complement his offense when he's in close range engagements where he excels at, because he's not that good in the neutral. He can get zoned out by, like, Pyromancer Tanya and her broken mobility or air mobility variation, but the developers thought it was a good idea to just be like, hey, you know what? He'd be alright, they'll get over it. It's just like, yo, what the fuck is this? And then, like, when people come out and say their honest opinion and they have actual facts backing up what they talk about when it comes to, like, NRS fighting games, you have, like, these weird motherfuckers that come out of nowhere and just get offended as if, like, you kicked the fucking puppy instead of understanding why you're saying the shit that you're actually saying. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. Like, I remember MK Rio, and it's not a shot at MK Rio, because I have mad respect for MK Rio. I fuck with MK Rio. I'm subscribed to MK Rio, right? But I remember when he was talking about Mortal Kombat 11, right? And this dude talking about, oh, I can't wait until they patch the game, you know, and he was talking about Mortal Kombat 11, right? I remember seeing this, right, on his YouTube channel. I can't wait until they patch the game so that way people can stop complaining and stop doing this and stop doing that. And in my mind, I'm like, dude, you are pandering, bro. You are literally pandering. You know for a fact this game is fucked up. You even complained about a lot of shit in that game, including talking about Shao Kahn. Like, what does he do? What is this character? Like, you know what I mean? You don't even know what that character is. So it's like It's like, don't throw stones at a glass house when you live in a glass house yourself. And that's not a shot at MK Real. I'm just saying in general, this goes for any fucking body. Am I wrong? Some of the times, I believe so. No one's perfect. But like, for him to sit there and say, oh, well, I can't wait until they patch Mortal Kombat 11 so people stop complaining. Well, guess what? They didn't fucking do it, did they? No, they didn't fucking do it. They just left the shit alone. So what the hell are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? You can't always listen to people like that. People who are higher up, because sometimes they pander and they lie. Just like with Sonic Fox, right? And like I said, I'm not throwing shots at no one. I'm just telling the truth. Sonic Fox made a video criticizing things that he don't like or things he thinks should be fixed in the game, but he claims, and he quote-unquote claims, that the game, right? It needs to be, there's some things that need to be fixed. And you can look the video up. I'm not making this shit up. He claims it's not complaining. That's not complaining. But everybody else is complaining. So that's why he doesn't listen to it. I'm just like, yo, stop the cap. Stop the cap. Stop the fucking cap. Stop the cap. You were complaining just like everybody else because you knew deep down inside this game was bullshit. So it's just like, I know what it is. I be paying close attention to shit like that, bro. And I don't care if niggas don't like what I have to say over here. Leave my YouTube channel. It's perfectly fine. I don't give a fuck. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to make me seem like I'm crazy and I don't know or see or hear what the hell's going on. Like, nigga, you're not playing me. You're not going to play me. I don't need to be the best player in the world. I don't give a fuck about that. If I did, I'd be attending tournaments. But I don't care about it. But one thing I do care about is Mortal Kombat in a sense. And when I give it this, I guess you could say, constructive criticism, I'm not gonna go all day about this. You know what I mean? I said what I said back in the past. I'm about to go rogue real fucking quick on this video. But anyway, as you can clearly see, this resets the neutral. Like this literally resets the neutral, right? Hit advantage of 5 frames, damage is 10 frames. The positional advantage is completely bullshit, and you kind of see where I'm going with this just in general, right? Then on top of that, if I was to sit here and go for like 1-2, doesn't work. Forward 1-2. I fucking hate the buffers in this game, but as you can clearly see, forward 1-2 doesn't work. 2-2, which leaves him +2 on block, right? Which leads into this 50-50 shit, which makes him safe. He doesn't really get anything that crazy off of it except for hit advantage. So, I mean, it's understandable as to why he's safe off of this. But then you have other characters in this fucking game, such as Cyber, Sub-Zero, or just Triborg in general, where they have a low that's -6. They have an overhead that's like -1. Well, it's 22 frames. So fucking what? He has access to an overhead and a low that can convert into a full fucking combo. What are you talking about? Leatherface's overheads and lows are super fucking slow and reactable, especially when he's in, mainly when he's in the killer variation or the pretty lady variation. They're slow as fuck, and he's unsafe. I'm not saying he should be completely safe, but I'm saying, like, nigga, like, you go to these other characters like fucking Reptile, and his back 2 not only spaces him out, but he's +1, it's 11 frames on startup, does 5% damage, and he pops you up into the air for a combo, especially if your back is pushed into the fucking corner, okay, where he's getting meterless damage on you. How does that make sense? And then his low is like -4, -6. It's like, yo, what the hell? And it looks like he can low profile somebody with that. So don't fucking talk to me about shit if you don't know your shit. Like, that's just what it is, bro. That's just what it is. That's just what the fuck it is. That's why I said the biggest skill in this game is defense. I get it. This game is chaotic. It's fun. It's enjoyable. All that extra shit. I agree with anyone that says that shit. I enjoy this game. But on a competitive level, this is not the game I want to watch at a fucking tournament. That's why I'm going to be getting into Street Fighter. Mainly the new one. And hopefully NRS does something good with Mortal Kombat 12. If that's the game that's been rumored around. The closest that they have ever gotten to a real fighting game is Deadly Alliance. And I will stand by that to the day I fucking die. Until they come out with a new Mortal Kombat game that relies on you playing complete and utter neutral. Instead of you deceiving people, making them believe shit in the beginning that mix-ups aren't going to determine a match. When that was completely 100% capped. Because you created new DLC characters and you took it upon yourself okay, to kick a nigga out because he said, why did NRS do this? And Tom Brady, I am a fan of Tom Brady, and he interviewed the guy that had that in his gamer tag. Or not his gamer tag, but his fucking variation name. Excuse me. Don't fucking tell me shit, bro. I may not know every fucking thing, but I'm not no dummy. I'm not no fucking dummy. That's one thing you not finna call me. So it is what it is. Like I said, you can kind of see the problem here, just in general. His command grab is just not really that useful, not unless the opponent's back is getting pushed closer into the corner, or you know, this is just depressing to watch. But as you can clearly see, like, if their back is getting pushed closer to the corner, then obviously this is useful. So using this mid screen is not a good idea, not unless you're going to sit here and end your combo like this, or you're just trying to get some breathing room just in general, where you can breathe, but you will be resetting the neutral, which is not necessarily a good thing at all. Even when, like, you go for his mallet strike or whatever the hell you want to call this, he's +2 on block, but look at this, it's the same, basically the same distance as his command grab. So it just doesn't make any fucking sense. It's ridiculous. Meanwhile, you got characters like Jason Voorhees walking around this motherfucker with command grabs and damage buffs and all this crazy shit. You never thought to yourself to give him like a mallet projectile where it's a mid. He can use it for like plus frames if he uses a bar meter or some shit, so he can get better pressure, because his pressure game isn't that great. It's just there's so much shit that I can say about this that it's just annoying at this point. It's just annoying. But it is what it is, man. People are still playing it. People are still watching these YouTube content creators, you know, make this type of content and stuff. You know, I do think that, you know, you have certain people that pander a little bit too much to the game and not being brutally honest with it. And then you come across my channel, or the homie Mike Hollow, or the homie KG, or the homie Big Gusta, and, you know, you hear what the fuck we be talking about. You understand what I'm saying? And then when we show you proof, and we really be talking about the shit and really going all the way into detail, you know, oh, we're complainers, we're this, we're that. But it's just kind of like, my nigga, like, stop the cap, bro. you know what it is. It's sad that we had to come out. And I feel like the main reason why our channels grew like this was because we were doing this type of content. I'm not even gonna cap. So it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for the people who watch my videos and, you know, still sticking around. Appreciate you guys a lot. Without further ado, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.